Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Civilization 6. Coming at you with something very weird and wacky. I don't even know how to describe it. It is just something that popped into my brain a couple weeks ago, and I've been nursing the idea along, and today the dream comes to fruition. It is the Land of Nazca. And more specifically, Monsters, Inc., Land of Nazca. It's a long story. Basically, the name of the starting city for the Cree kind of looks a little bit like Mike Wazowski. And somebody in chat brought it up, confused the hell out of most of the people in the room for a moment, and then we figured out what he was talking about. And now we've come to a consensus that we are going to name the capital Monsters, Inc., and all of our other cities will be named as characters after the movie Monsters, Inc. Hashtag ad. Not really. Maps Quest is continuing to gift a sub. Yes, from Robert Ford. Thank you very much, Maps Quest. I appreciate that, bud. That's very kind of you. The Diamond Tiles Billy Crystals. Reconvening Monsters chat in 40 minutes. We've had a bit of a digression from the topics, talking about Monsters, Inc. and other Pixar stuff. And finally, I was like, we got to get started. Let's go. Make a video. Here we go. So this is it. Right in the center, a Nazca line. The second ring, nothing but Nazca lines. The fourth ring, nothing but Nazca lines. We have a total of 6 in the first ring. And then I think there's, 18, I think, in the third ring. So yeah, there's 18 tiles there, another 6 there, so 24 total tiles eventually that we might be able to do. The reason I chose the Cree in order to do these guys is simply because I had no other way really of getting a lot of housing unless we could have a tile improvement. You'd run out of housing pretty quick. So I thought, well, at least if we put up a bunch of Nazca lines, that'll get us there a little bit. Eventually we can put in, obviously we'll get a granary. Eventually we can put in a sewer. We'll have a little bit of tile improvements here on the incense, I suppose. We have a total of 8? So we can get pretty high population for quite a while here. The question is exactly how are you going to do that? Because there's not a lot of food. There's 2 obviously in the city center. There's 3 and 3, and after that it gets pretty grim. Let's remind everybody what the Nazca lines do and when they do it. +1 faith to adjacent tiles. Pretty obvious. +1 faith to adjacent tiles with a resource. Hence all the faith on some of those resource tiles. +1 food to adjacent desert and desert hill tiles after the discovery of civil service. That's going to be a key point because we're not going to grow too much beyond that without civil service and the food that it comes with. And then you get production to adjacent flat tiles after researching mass production. So mass production will be key. They do add appeal, so this place is pretty nice looking, and can only be built on a flat desert. This tile cannot be worked. Yes, so the tiles, in case anybody didn't know, the actual second ring will not be able to be worked. Obviously, the fourth ring can't be worked either because reasons. So yes, should be a lot of fun. The balance is going to be very unusual. There's actually no way to put in any districts or anything like that. You could technically put districts in these spots, but there's actually resources there that haven't been discovered. Wink, wink. So the whole point of this game, and you could download the map. It's going to be available in King and Deity difficulty in the description down below. Enjoy it. Do with it as you please. You may even want to download the map, play it yourself first, then finish watching the series, because then you can discover the map for yourself without having it kind of the idea stolen from you. Because I got some cool little ideas into the map design that you might not want to have spoiled, like I said. That's up to you. Files are down below. Enjoy at your leisure. So, like I said, the kind of the concept that I have in my head is we're not going to be able to build districts or anything, wonders, anything in the city. This city is kind of like this holy place of Nazca, and you really can only just generate units. Like, you can any unit you want, but it's essentially a unit generating location where there's all this faith and people come to pray or whatever you want to say, worship the gods of Nazca, whatever you want to call it. So all we can ever really be able to do is anything, obviously city buildings, like city center buildings, and then produce units. Now, let's discuss our options. Because he put a Nazca. Yeah, I don't know. That's funny. I didn't even sure if he was going to let me put one under there, to be honest with you, Kinshow, and it let me do it. And it's actually working for adding faith to the tiles. It didn't have a problem with it. I'm assuming we're getting credit for the food here. Yeah, because we are getting credit for the food. Yeah, it's just kind of funny that it's working it, even though technically we're not allowed to work it. But they didn't have a problem with it, so I went with it. Now, the options. The first thing is we're going to want to focus food, or else we'll be stuck on one population forever. So we're going to want to lock in some food, and that will get us to 2 population in 4 turns. Then we can lock this one in, perhaps. It'll give us a little bit of gold as well. And then we'll just slowly grow by working these food tiles and adding in more of the really good stuff. We're going to have a pretty quick Pantheon. We're going to be able to choose whatever we please for a Pantheon very early. Now, what to do here is the other question. We'll be able to start a settler in 4 turns. Currently, it's 26 turns on a settler because we don't have a lot of production. Even when we work other tiles, there's going to be very little production. It's going to be a very interesting start. This is not like... It might look really cool and overpowering and crazy, but there's going to be some weird stuff happening. It's going to be really weird stuff happening. So, what we're going to do is... I'm going to start on... I think the monument. I'm going to start on the monument. Pretty sick. That's exactly the plan. Just got finished talking about it. Welcome to the party. So, we're going to have to search around, take a look at things. I'm actually going to move in this direction over here. Like that. He actually has a promotion, so we'll get him a promotion maybe next turn. So yes, this is it. It's not a whole lot of craziness. And to be honest with you, I haven't even thought of or considered a discussion around exactly what it is that I'll do in terms of how to win the game, which kind of cities to build, which districts to build. Do we get a religion? With this kind of faith generation, we'll probably be able to buy one of profit pretty quick with faith. And then we could potentially get a holy site as well. And, you know, somebody just mentioned the idea of Jesuit education. That would be a pretty cool idea. Yeah, there's a bunch of different things we could do here. And we'll just discuss it as we go along. Let's hit next turn and see what's going on. Wikipedia has an article for a list of characters in Monsters Inc. for religious. Then perfect. Be sure to be prepared to summon the greatness of that. I'm going to take that promotion while I can, because I am going to be calling on you when it's time to build a city. I'm just going to chat. What's the name of this one? Obviously, we have Sully and Mike Wazowski and stuff like that, but we're going to want all the names, full names. Wazowskism. We could do that, yeah. So yeah, anyway, like I said, you guys can play the map however you want. Obviously, religious game makes a lot of sense. But here's the other thought. Where did all the turtles come from? That's kind of obvious. Going religious game would be obvious. Do we want to do the obvious thing? Maybe you do. Maybe you want to do the obvious thing. Wazowskites. So, next turn. In 2 turns, we can start a settler. It's going to be very interesting to see how we do this. A recon unit. You don't say. How convenient is that? Thank you very much. We're going to step there. Next turn. Keep an eye on our faith generation here. Mike and Sully land. Moving out here. Another goody hut. Goody huts for days, you might say. What's this? It's the great land of Nazca. It is the great land of Nazca. And as you can see, the waters... It's like a pathway to the land of Nazca. So beautiful. And the turtles flow from Nazca and into their sacred land of Monsters Inc. So we lock in this, and we can get to pop 3 and 6 turns. That's not a bad idea. Now the monument's 15 more turns. It's 27 turns on a settler. That is kind of bananas. Here's my thought. Here's my thought. Hear me out. We wait on a settler for sure. I think next turn we're probably going to be getting our what do you call it? Excuse me, Pantheon, and we'll take the free settler. Would be an idea. And then we cross over and find ourselves a city to take over. Or a city to plant down, I should say. Sorry, my brain is not working for some reason. There, I had a mini stroke or something. So we'll move on and find a city, and that'll be our second city. And we could potentially take Monumentality and just buy. We might never have to do a settler out of the capital. Maybe we just buy them all Monumentality when the era comes due. We'll have to see. Once we get our population up, we'll be able to work potentially. Like if we get a population of 4 or 5, we could potentially work some of these megawapps, and maybe we can get enough production to make it decently quick. Or obviously we're not working any production in our tiles, so Ladmarks, 20 months. Yeah, buddy. Tran Wolf, good to see you. Actually, Kinshow, it wouldn't let me load the map without Nazca in the game. When I built this originally, and what's funny is I put Nazca in the list of city-states, but I didn't put a place in for them. I tried to load the map up just to see if it would work, and it wouldn't let me load the map. And I'm like, and I went back and I realized I hadn't put Nazca in the game. Once I put Nazca in the game, it would let me load up the map. So it wouldn't even let me load the map, let alone not be able to make them. Okay, so yes, we're working on the monument. I think we're gonna keep working on the monuments because I want that culture. I want that culture. Roz fight Shredder. Roz would kick Shredder's you know what. Let's grab the goody hut. A free builder. You don't say. I kind of want to take a look. We can maybe do some exploring with the builder. I think what we'll do is... Oh my god. All the goody huts, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening? Let's head north.
Let me ask leave then, to pay a tribute of respect and admiration.
I was not expecting that. I'm not sure why I can see them over the mountains. Oh, maybe there's a guy here? I don't know why I can do that. That's weird. Very unusual. There's a valley leading to Mohenjo-Daro. I thought I was going to have to come around the corner to see them. That did not work the way I was hoping it would. It is indeed Ladmarks. That's the whole point. That is 100% the entire point. Here we go. When chosen, receive a settler in your capital. Border expansion rate is 15% faster. It's really about the settler. Now we could discuss our other ideas. We have a couple plantations going on here, so we could get a little bit of culture out of those. I feel like it's kind of a done deal though that we've got to get the settler. It just makes a lot of sense at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the settler. Earth God. Well, the funny thing is, Earth Goddess would have added a lot more faith, because the appeal, it adds appeal, right? So, wait a minute. What these add? That's weird. Oh, okay. The actual Nazca line. Okay, sorry. My eye was looking at it differently. I was like, why does that not do that? Yeah, so we have, it's hard to see on the desert, but these are all +4 because they're all, every one of these tiles is touched by 4 Nazca lines. So the appeal, we would have gotten 1 extra faith on all of our workable tiles in the 1st and 3rd ring, just for obvious reasons. Anyway, there you go. It's a masterpiece. It is a masterpiece indeed. More population, that's nice. More goody huts. The kits just keep on coming. Boosts coming in hot. Oh my god. We have a settler. Let's just kind of head south. Take a look at what our options are. You'll see that when you come in, the map is very symmetrical, and I haven't even thought about districts or settlements or anything like that. I just basically built a really symmetrical kind of looking piece of land, and figured I'd just figure it out after we got going. Hey, Namor, they said you can find a Civ 6 master here. They were not lying. They were not lying. You have indeed found the Civ 6 master. So what I might actually do, I might actually just turn around and head down this pathway and see what's down there. Starting to look like a TIE fighter? It does actually kind of look like a TIE fighter. I never even thought of that when I was making it. It kind of looks like a TIE fighter. Alright, so mining is complete. We have megawatts and don't even have the tech yet. What do you know? So, what we could do is... What do you think? Let's go animal surgery first. Now we have to name all the cities after Star Wars ships instead. No barbarians yet. I was a little bit nervous. I was kind of happy when this guy sprung up, because I was like, what about the barbarians? Let's turn him around. Let's keep this guy on the move. This guy actually has a promotion. Actually, no. Let's do this. And then we'll go there. Star Wars cities. The map is completely manufactured, obviously, landmarks, and you can do many great things with the map editor. Many great things. So I'm trying to lay out, like, I obviously don't have a lot of things investigated yet. As far as map layout, I might have to wait. As far as layout goes, if I were to put a city in the center here, I don't know if that's the best idea, or if I should do it like there, and then I could build... I should have thought about this more. So this goes like this. So if you were to put a city there, as for instance, you could put a city here, and you could put a city here. Now this would make the cities quite close together. and then I could put another city over here. Now, keep in mind, one thing I did think of. You're thinking, well, there's no fresh water. Mohenjo-daro. Hello. That would allow me to do 4 and 4. If I were to do the center one, I think I would be stuck doing basically 6 big cities. I could do like so if we do it like this, they're not gonna have as many spots to work. I don't know. I think maybe 8 cities. It's either that or 6, right? Centered and then centered and centered, or like 2 on there, 2 there, 2 here, like that. What do you guys think in chat? 8? Ladmark, seems that I have too much time on my hands. Seems to me you don't know what you're talking about. Eight. Yeah, I think 8's the way to go. So I guess I'll go. Doesn't really matter. I'll go this way, and then the builder can follow in behind. Or actually, no, I'm gonna go this. Have him go this way. Let's do that. What do these guys want? Construct a holy site. Inspiration for military tradition. Okay.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law.
No rivers? There's 2 giant rivers. What are you talking about? 2 gigantic rivers. Code of laws. Here we go. Let's go production and survey. Oh! And as soon as I do survey, I now come over here and realize that there's a barbarian. Oh shit. That could be trouble. Yeah, there's a giant river. There's rivers that flow from here all the way through, opening up into the Bay of Turtles on each side of this pathway. And then the river continues through and all the way around into worlds unknown. Yeah, I'm curious to see if the spearman will come get him. I'm guessing he probably will, but I don't know. We're going to have to go kill that guy now. We have that. Discover a second continent. We're on our way. He did not do it. Boom. Shabing bang boom. Mandatory Canal City. There's the boost of foreign trade. Why was I thinking I already had animal husbandry? I don't know why. I'll have to go do that. I'm going to lock in production. Speed things up in that city a little bit. It cost me 4 faith and a couple gold, but I just want to get the monument done. We're working towards pop 4. It's hard to say. Yes, Kevin, I'm glad you're enjoying it, bud. Appreciate it. So, that's actually a second envoy. We could grab a suzerain for Mohenjo-Daro, which is going to allow us to have fresh water in all of our cities. Oh, shoot. I was thinking that it was... Oh, my God. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking that I was going to do them on coast, and then I changed, and then my brain completely froze up there. I had them... Oh, my God. Now I gotta figure out another idea. The map looked differently at one point, and I was going to be on the coasts. I was going to be on, like, water, and then it was going to be fresh water from Mohenjo-Daro. And then my brain was not conserving. Oh, my lord. Wait. So it is giving me the housing. Okay, so it is giving me the housing. I wasn't sure if it was good, because I never normally take advantage of it. I wasn't... that was... Yeah. In my head, I was originally going to do coastal. This is sometimes my brain. I don't know how to tell you. And my thought is that I would have Mohenjo-Daro to give the housing for water. And I couldn't think of whether or not you got fresh water, whether you had any water at all. And then it just kind of clicked in that you do. So, anyway. That was just a derpy moment. I apologize. I'm going to heal up for a turn to get 20. So, we have to check a name. That was my apologies. I knew I had Mohenjo-Daro for a reason, and then I was thinking for a moment I had a stressful thought, well, that maybe it wasn't going to work. I just needed the next turn. It's okay, everybody. I'll be alright. I almost went blind making this map this morning, and I'm having trouble. This city is definitely the Randall of the group. Yeah, Trent Wolf. It was a brain fart in my head. Yeah. Maps Quest. You want this to be Randall? Randall, it is. And now everyone's going to go out and watch the movie Monsters Inc., aren't you? I want to know in the comments section how many of you went and watched the movie Monsters Inc. after this. I want to know. I like the idea of Randall. Yeah, there you go. Randall it is. Boost to military tradition. Era score for Nazca. Very good. Yeah, I want to lock in the 5 food tile, then the elephant, then the banana. Yeah, turn 15, 27 points on the Golden Age. Yeah, it's... No one said the map was going to be fair.
I am fond of pigs.
Monument's almost done in here. Yes, I did, right? Yeah. It's basically I basically dreamed of it as like a sacred path that leads to the real world, or like the rest of the world, the non Land of Nazca world, if you will. So yeah, I kind of, in a way, just, you know, this is a sacred path of greatness, and so I put goody huts every 3 tiles on the pathways as a little fun. But there's no goody huts in this main area section. So there was like what 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 15 goody huts or something like that. It's a lot for sure. But I mean, this isn't meant to be a regular game, right? If you want to play a regular game, you can go out and hit shuffle and load up whatever map you want. This is meant to be fun, and I figured, why not have some fun? It's based on the floor plan of Norm's house. Sure. That's what it is. Not like the goody hat on every tile maps. No, I think Potato McWhiskey did that, right? He did a map where there was a goody hut in every tile. I never watched the video, but I saw it once as a suggested video or whatever. I thought about watching it, and I never did. But pretty interesting idea. I can't imagine how crazy that was. But hey, I mean, you gotta have some fun, right? If anybody out there doesn't feel like it's fun, then they don't have to watch it or play it or anything, right? To each their own. There is Geneva. Hey, Big Daddy, it is indeed. What do you mean Monsters Inc. World is not a regular game? This is the land of Monsters Inc. What do we want to do next, do you think? Settler's a long, long time. Everything's a long time, really. I think I'm gonna work on a builder so we can improve the cities as we get our builders out. We are 24 turns still on getting a golden age where we'd be able to use some of this faith to purchase our settlers. That's kind of the idea, the way that I'm kind of leaning towards. I'm going to heal up. Slowly poke away at killing that guy. I could buy the tile. I understand that. By the way, we have 1, 2... Work towards irrigation for these. We have mining. I could buy a builder, actually. I'm going to go ahead and buy a builder. Because I can mine this, which would give us... And then we can work that tile. And then I'm going to have incense eventually. Oh, and I have these ones out here I could mine as well. And even these. Yeah, let's get a builder going. We could actually work those. I forgot about these ones up here as well. We could mine these. That'd be a food, a production, a gold. And then the faith. There's a number of ideas there. That's a good point. Explain the Petra tiles or the desert tiles. I will. Yeah. So they're Nazca lines. You can't actually work a Nazca line. So you can see here they're not workable. They're dark. They're shaded out. But Nazca lines provide faith to every adjacent tile. So any of these tiles, they each have 4 adjacent tiles to them. So they all get 4 faith. In addition, as you work through the tech tree, you get food to each adjacent tile and production to each adjacent tile. And resources also get bonuses of an extra faith per turn. So that's why the faith on the east is so high. So they basically approve of the adjacencies, but do not actually provide, like, you can't actually work them. You can't do that. We've got horsies, ladies and gentlemen. Horsies. Now there's a warrior. Things are getting hairy. I'm going to switch this over to a slinger. Ugh. Production is a must. I'm going to take off double for survivor, and I'm going to put on a Gogi. Double for survey for double points is going to have to know. Darthabs, what are we playing? This is getting called Civilization 6. How do you know they're Nazca lines until you discover flight? Gamer Clint. Yes, they're uniques in Alt Scout. That's these here. The Okitsatau, something like that. I'm gonna turn you around. It's a good point, though. Gamer Clinton just mentioned, how do you know they're Nazca lines? Because if you can't see, in real life, the Nazca lines are like these giant things in the desert that you can't actually tell what they are until you're like looking at them from like space, basically, or high above in the sky. So it's true. It would be hard. Basically, what they did, you can't really tell by perspective, Gamer Clint, but the monument in this city is actually incredibly tall, and they just climbed to the top of the monument, and they were actually able to see everything. So the goodie hats serve to get us some bonuses. Good times. That hurt. You know what I was just thinking? I should actually go and stand on the Fountain of Youth with this guy. That would make a lot of sense. I don't know if I survived 2 more hits or not. I think I do, because I'm going to be dug in 1 more time. I think I survive. That's a lot of horses. We could be in a little bit of trouble. I spent my money on on a builder. They're gonna destroy all my tiles. They did the math, exactly. They did the math and drew it out. They're really smart people. The gods of Nazca made it so. Oh, he's so close! No. Oh my god, I came so close to winning that. I lost my unit. Oh my god, the trouble. We're in so much trouble. We're pop 4. Growth in 40 turns. We're gonna need some food. We're gonna need some food. Trade route will help us a little bit with some food potentially. Oh, the one city challenge shenanigans. Yeah, remember when what's his name Boom was making those maps? Oh, Spain is here. Hello, Spain. Yeah. Sorry. Funny meeting you here. He's wondering what the heck's going on too. You were a little bit late to the party though. You missed all the goodies. Oh, we lost that unit, guys. I'm crushed. Oh god, here comes the horses! So we got our trader. I don't think it's worth sending that trader right now because it's probably going to end up dead way too soon. The food will come in very handy, but I think he needs to... You know, and it's funny, I completely forgot you get that trader when you finish pottery. I should have done pottery first for the trader early. That was completely boneheaded on my part. When you're playing this map, I hadn't played Cree in forever, and I completely forgot you get your free trader at when you do pottery. I just completely, right over my head, forgot. And because of that, you can call me an idiot. What are you going to do? My apologies for being a dummy. I'm going to want to get archery soon, but I want to get a couple slingers out first. A couple extras. The other civs are like, where the heck? What is this place? Maya apologies, indeed. Maya apologies. That was my bad. Groan. I think I'm going to head back with this guy and help out with the fighting because things are getting pretty ugly here. But excellent at the same time. Oh my god. The humanity! Oh my god, the humanity! Oh, I was not counting on this. See, they don't know what to do though. They're just running around, right? They just ran around, and now I can't. I'll lose this. I can't move my slinger. They gotta come back. Come back. I need to get a kill with the slinger to get the boost. Agogi stays in. Production stays in. Reroll, yeah. I'm like, you still believe? Thank you, Kevin Curry, for the lurk. Yeah, that was. I wish I'd have thought of that. I just, for whatever reason, it didn't think of that. So we ended up without the work, or sorry, without the trade route for a long time, but quite a bit. Let's see. What do we want to do? Flanking bonus wouldn't be a bad idea against all these barbs. Getting to our government, though, probably makes more sense. Look at them staying out at the edges. What are they doing? You're killing me. Oh, no kill. I need them to come in so I can start hurting them because I'm going to have them out on the edges soon. They're following the Nazca lines exactly. They're entranced. They're entranced by the Nazca lines. It throws the barbarians off the scent. Oh, this guy's in the perfectly wrong spot. Oh my god. What's happening? And this guy stepped away. Are you kidding me right now? I don't even care. I don't think they kill me. I definitely would get hit by killed by 2 horse shots, I think.
Thousands have lived without love.
There's the boost archery. Irrigation is done. Let's get archery in 4. There's that cleared. Dub Mixer, is this a map pack? No, this is not a map pack. This is a map I built myself. I'm so dead. I didn't realize it was going to be 3 of them like that. I'm an absolute dead man. Oh my god, there's just barbarians everywhere. This has turned into quite the little shit show. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, this is what we're gonna do, because we're coming up on 50 minutes for episode 1 here. Not what I was expecting. It seems as though 3 or 4 barb huts popped up in the peripherals of the map without me knowing it until somehow they were immediately sprung. I don't think I saw a single scout cross this river, but somehow they were able to spring all their units. I think that's still a glitch in the game from what Carl's told me, that the barb huts spring for some weird reason. Military units in the house. I'm going to call it there. Like I said, Twitch, don't go anywhere. YouTube, when we come back, the battle against the barbs continue. The barbs have somehow are trying to fight against the gods of Nazca, and they've been triggered, and we must stop them and their shenanigans and their craziness. So when we come back, we will attempt to do just that. We'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.